A sixth Memphis police officer involved in the arrest of Tyre Nichols has been relieved of duty. Memphis police say Officer Preston Hemphill was relieved at the beginning of the department's internal investigation into the case. We now know when the other 5 former Memphis police officers charged in the beating death of Tyre Nichols will appear in court. NBC confirming they will be arraigned together on February 17th. They have been charged with second-degree murder, among other charges, and have since been released from jail on bond. The Memphis Police Department has also announced it is deactivating the so-called Scorpion.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. First and foremost, there is no introduction. I'm jumping straight to the shit. A lot of goddamn shit I gotta say. First and foremost, poor folks, if you breaking somebody's house or some shit, I'm from East Texas, so I'm just going to tell you how it is down here. And I'm pretty sure it ain't too different from everywhere else. If you break in somebody's house and catch a burglar hat, they'll give you about a $40,000 bond. Yeah, and that's a poor, ain't too many people got that 4 bands to put up. So I'm saying, you do an ag rob, bro, they're gonna give you $100,000 bond. You do a murder, bro, you got $1 million bond. You got a $500,000 bond. You got to come up with $50K. I'm noticing that whenever somebody that's appointed by the government to protect us and they fail those duties, and not only fail to do those duties, they put harm on the very people that they're supposed to protect, they always get right out of jail. I wonder what they bond was. What, about 20,000? Because they always able to bond. It ain't never no bond. If you get caught with some weed and you on probation, a little misdemeanor probation, and you get locked up, and say you get caught with another little sack, just a couple grams or some shit like that, you finna go to jail and it's gonna be no bond. Yeah, because you on that little misdemeanor probation, so you can't bond out. And that's over a misdemeanor. I'm just looking at this shit, these motherfuckers do what they want. Just looking at it, I think it was very wrong, fucked up shit that happened. Prayers to the man's family. I'm just gonna be honest. It's not that big to me. Yeah, I hate it happened, but this ain't world news to me. I gotta be honest, and this is no discredit or none of that third, man. I hate what happened to that man, and it was definitely wrong. And my prayers is with that man's family. Been a whole lot more shit that done happened that's way worse than that, though, that wasn't reported. When that white boy drove all the way to Buffalo, New York on a mission to kill black folk and kill about 10 or 11 innocent black folks. These wasn't no thugs. These wasn't no motherfuckers standing on the corner, working class. Or what about in North Carolina when the white boy went in the church and prayed with him and then shot up the church, and they gave him Burger King on the way to the jail, and they apprehended the suspect without violence? It's never violence. That's way bigger to me, because when you talk about the police is just doing, them 5 black officers, in my opinion, they just doing their job, bro. They doing their job. But when you talk about somebody that's a citizen, and they go out their way to drive 4 hours away to kill black folk, that's some bigger shit to me. So I peeped this shit, and one thing about it, I never watch the news. Don't believe it. Too much manipulation. I saw this shit. We living in a country where it's just full of game, bro. Bunch of pimps and hoes, a bunch of game, bunch of manipulation. They done got black folks crunk. Cause y'all know that's the only thing we gonna get mad about. Oh man, them supposed to be some black. They supposed to be black, man. Look what they did. Bro, they police officers. I don't know if you motherfuckers comprehend that. Police officers are the deadliest gang in America. The Mexican mafia ain't got shit on them. Not a Blood or a Crip, none of that shit. Them GDs in Chicago, they ain't got shit on the police. That is a real gang. And they stick by each other's side. You can't tell on another officer when you're an officer. That's against the gang rule. They are a gang. And you know the agenda. Yes, I'm pretty sure there's been many good black officers that came in and they just was trying to change and felt like they was getting a job to where they could be a hero and they could stop a lot of crimes, and they just want to fight the fight. But all of them quickly realized that that's not the police agenda. That's not what they stand for. The police make most of their money off drugs and incarcerating black people. That's what they do. That's their job. I told you the police officer's original job was a slave catch. They were supposed to catch the slave that was disobeying what the law was, and that's to stay in bondage. So it ain't no different. I just look at how when there's some black officers, you motherfuckers, you motherfuckers don't never say nothing until there's some shit with us. Them black officers was doing exactly what his boss trained him to do. They was just doing their job. Yeah, it's gonna be black officers that's gonna be just as mean as white. Yeah, they're gonna be that way. They're trained to be. They get paid for that. So, and I'm looking at this police. She the chief. Yeah, a black woman. I see the police chief, which is a position I don't think no woman needs to be over so many different men. And I see the ring on your finger. I wonder if you married to a black man. And but anyway, but I look at you and I hear how you talk. For one, you ain't got no soul in your voice. You sound just as. Let me tell you something. And I know you've been with them for 33 years. You just as programmed as any other officer. Let me tell you. Listening to a white woman officer, it wouldn't have been no different from listening to her. She sounded like she knew nothing about no kind of struggle that had to do with black folks. She was very professional. I seen her sitting next to that white male. What Memphis about 90% black? Yeah, I seen that white male she was sitting next to, and he was approving what she said, and she was making sure she said the right shit. And I hear you talking about prison. Reform for cops who don't know how to stop killing black folks. Reform would never help them, bro. That's their job. I don't know how it's so hard to comprehend. That's their job. Their job is to, bro. And Dallas, Texas, them cops out there are known for setting dudes up, planting dope on you. That's what they known for. Bro, you know how many dudes I know out of Dallas that allows planted dope on you, whether it was a black cop or a white cop. That's their job, bro. You go to Houston, them cops gonna beat the dog. They known for that. They beat your ass in Houston. Yeah, on the streets or in the county jail. They beat the dog. Big ass black guard beat the shit out your ass. That's their job. So I don't know how we can't comprehend that. Yeah, that's what they supposed to do. That's why I hear this shit a lot of people saying, and that's why. Even though I don't live the street life no more, I will never call the police there is no reason that I need to call the police. There is no situation, nothing in life that could make me put my trust in a cop. And for one, it's too much of a gamble. You don't know what you're going to get. So I'm just looking at it and, oh, by the way, yeah, they done came out with this white officer. I guess he was a part of it. Yeah, they came out a day later with him. He was in the video too. I wonder why it took so long, because they wanted to show those black officers. And now you want to include the white officer that was tasing the boy. He was the one tasing him. So, yeah, they all one and the same. They a group of brothers, and they ain't going to tell on each other. They going to keep it G. Yeah, they keep it more G than you street motherfuckers. Yeah, all your rappers telling. Them laws ain't going to tell on each other. They ain't going to turn on each other. Like I said, the police is the most notorious, the most gangster gang that there is. And they run the streets. A lot of people don't want to talk. The police run the streets. Ain't nothing slick you can do in these streets that the laws don't already know about, bro. They got ears everywhere. So I hate that happened to that man, and it was a terrible thing that happened. I really hate that. But it's not shocking. It's not no shocking shit. What's shocking to me is that we pick certain police killings to get mad about. It's a lot more shit going on, bro. The police, to me, they're a problem, but the government pay the police. When they seize all these drugs, and we don't know where all that shit go to when they how they catch dope boys with their cars and sell it at the auction. You see a law driving in a drug dealer car, that type of shit. They do what they want. They run the streets. So, like I said, they run the streets, and they more gangster than anybody in the streets, and they don't tell on each other. And so, they just doing their job, man. So, one thing about it, even if you is an officer and you trying to create a change or you trying to do something different, you can never do it as an officer, bro. You're gonna get X'd out. It's certain shit they live by, it's certain shit, certain principles and certain shit they stand for. If they see you not with that shit, you're gonna be X'd out. So I don't believe, and another thing, I don't believe there's no good cop. Because a good cop, to me, would fight against the wrong he see. When he see them laws beating on the dude or planting drugs on him, he would go tell. That's a good cop to me. If it was a good cop, the whole police force would be under investigation. If there was one good cop. Now, you just got, there's no good cop. You just got cops that don't kill black folks as much. Yeah, you just got cops that won't choke you out. He won't stump your goddamn neck. You got some cops that won't do that. Yeah, he'll just write you a ticket. But there's no such thing as a good cop, in my opinion. Because a good cop could never be a police officer. Because it ain't a police officer on this earth that don't know what the police stand for, what they all about. Everybody know. It's no secret. It's only a secret to black folks. So, yeah, they done got the white officer, and yeah, do your thing, man. They all bonded out pretty quickly. They might get 5 years apiece or some shit like that. And I'm noticing that that's another thing about officers. You ain't gonna get that much time. I don't think I ever seen an officer get 30 years or even 20 years. You'll get 7-8 years for killing a black man. So it's not a big risk. Yeah, you won't get punished that long, and you'll be all right. So no, I ain't never seen no officer get put on death row for killing a black man. I've never seen that. I've never seen one of them get life without parole. That shit don't happen. But you can go kill a man that's drunk on the side of the stove, or just some op that's just as poor as you, and you'll get life without parole. You'll get that. So I just see the shit, and at this point, another thing, bro, I seen the little protests in LA. That's some of the most shout out to y'all in Memphis that's fighting. Shout out to y'all. That shit in LA, that shit was a fucking circus show. Some shit just ain't a protest. Some shit is just a bunch of drunk druggies. Cause there was a bunch of goddamn what you call them motherfuckers? A bunch of goddamn what you call a hippo? Nah, what you call them motherfuckers? A bunch of homeless motherfuckers just talking shit and walking through the street and shit. You even had some white girl out there twerking and shit. So now that's not a protest in my opinion. At this point, black folks don't know how to protest without trying to get other people to stand with it. Ain't nobody, bro, you'll get a few, but not as a whole. So won't shit change until we stand up for our goddamn self. So that's why these so-called protests are becoming more of a circus act. But now to those in Memphis though, those people was really out there, and shout out to y'all for, whether you called off work, whether you just taking time out to fight a cause. So no, it's much respect to you. But some people will make a circus out of it and really act like they concerned, but they not concerned, bro. Them motherfuckers in LA was drunken on all kind of goddamn dope and dog food. But once again, I hate it happened. Shout out to the man's family. My condolences are with him. But at this point, bro, police killings don't even bother me no more. I'm not concerned about that shit. It's a lot more shit that I'm concerned about. So a police killing, that's the norm. That's like a bird chirping. It's just some normal shit. So this is 903 Box, and I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.